Guys, welcome back. The 2023 NFL Draft has concluded. Now, many different changes, many different shifts have already started, but I do want to talk about the top three teams, in my opinion, that basically won this year's NFL Draft. Okay. Many different speculations. There's teams that did improve, there's teams that have been giving huge question marks, but the point of the matter is, guys, we got to talk about the teams that are gonna make a huge impact, a huge difference, a huge run for the next upcoming NFL season. So let's start it off with this. The number one pick, the number one overall pick, the Carolina Panthers. Okay. The Carolina Panthers have secured Bryce Young. Okay. Now, this is huge because they got their quote unquote franchise quarterback. You have to surround this guy with two big things in order for him to succeed. Okay. Number one is a good coaching staff. He needs to have good player development. He needs to have receivers to actually throw the ball to, make plays, and a good O-line, okay? The Carolina Panthers, if they could do that and surround him with what he needs, and honestly, guys, the Carolina Panthers have the potential to do that, they could potentially win games. Now, I don't think having Bryce Young and the Panthers this first year, he'll make the playoffs, but I do think he'll probably be a big impactful player and potentially contend with the playoff spot, potential playoff spot. Because remember, that division, it kind of sucks, right? So if you plug in Bryce Young into that division, potentially the Panthers could maybe make the playoffs, but I highly doubt it. I just think there's going to be a huge learning curve for him and also for CJ Stroud, that also got picked number 2. But that's just that, okay? I do believe the Carolina Panthers are a huge winner with that number one pick. We just have to see how his career plans out, okay? The number 2 team that absolutely destroyed and won this year's draft, guys, may I say the Philadelphia Eagles, okay? The Philadelphia Eagles stole a top 5 player with the 9th pick, Jalen Carter, okay? Now, I understand that Jalen Carter had a lot of back and forth with the law, but this boy could play, okay? He is a dog. He is somebody that could potentially make a huge difference into an already stacked defensive line. The Eagles defense was pretty solid last year. Now you're going to add another stud into a defensive tackle position. Guys, this is just ridiculous. I actually wanted to pull this up really quick for you guys to see right here, okay? And on top of that, during the draft, okay, now that I see it here, they also traded for DeAndre Swift. Remember, they did lose Miles Sanders in free agency, so they got DeAndre Swift. Okay, that's just a pretty good backup, like main point. Jalen Hurts is going to be the first runner. DeAndre Swift is going to be the huge second. So it does alleviate the stress of Jalen Hurts trying to run. You got to protect this guy first and foremost. So DeAndre Swift, Rashard Penny, Marcus Mariota, Tyler Stein. But the big thing right there is obviously DeAndre Swift, because they did need a running back big time for their defense. Now look at this defense, okay? Look at this defense. Jalen Carter, Nolan Smith, Keely Ringo, which I believe is probably another steal in the draft, Sidney Brown, Terrell Edmonds, Greedy Williams. Okay, this roster, like it says here, is good and is deep, right? Pause. Just saying, like, they have the depth in order to contend with the best of the best, right? They could potentially go to the Super Bowl again this year. This defense is gonna be top 5, if not top 3 this year again. The biggest thing is obviously they had to re-sign Slay, right? Huge point there. 1-year contract, but we just have to see how he fends off and just how the secondary plays. But all I know is the front 7 is going to make a huge difference and a huge impact. It's going to be very scary to a lot of NFL teams here, okay? So right off the bat, the Carolina Panthers, big winner number 1, big winner number 2, the Philadelphia Eagles, and big winner number 3, quote unquote, guys, whether you guys believe me or not, the New England Patriots, okay? The New England Patriots, right now, they're in a mist of a lot of back and forth because there's a lot of controversy whether they want to keep Mac Jones, they want to trade Mac Jones, get another quarterback. That didn't happen this draft, okay? 10 quarterbacks left drafted after this 2023 NFL draft, and not one of them came from the Patriots, okay? So that's pretty big. The big winner for the Patriots was Christian Gonzalez, a cornerback slash safety that's going to be a plug and play player for that Patriots defense. I do believe now that the basically the AFC East is a little bit more stacked than it was last year because Aaron Rodgers is now in the Jets. You have to cause distress. You have to cause disaster. You have to make it more difficult for Tua. You have to make it more difficult for Rodgers. You have to make it more difficult for Josh Allen. How do you do that? You have to control the secondary. Remember, those three quarterbacks like to throw the ball more often than not. They're not running quarterbacks, so having a great secondary is good. And Christian Gonzalez is a top 5 player. Now, I don't know if he's going to make a huge difference like Sauce Gardner did this past season, but I do believe that is a huge steal, especially after they did lose a lot of defensive players this past offseason. So adding Christian Gonzalez into that New England secondary is a huge plus, in my opinion. Those are my top 3 teams that are winners after this NFL draft. Let me know what you guys think, guys. Number 1, the Carolina Panthers. Obviously, the Philadelphia Eagles and the New England Patriots. Let me know what you guys think. Comment down below. Who do you think won this year's NFL draft, and potentially who could make a huge impact into the next season for the NFL? Let me know down in the comment section. Have a great day. Please remember to hit the like button, subscribe down to the channel. See you guys next time. Peace and love, and bye.